Hello ladies and gentlemen, hi guys and girls, and welcome to the second part of my tutorial on how to build a cube-shaped Master Pyraminx. Last week we ended up with a puzzle that looked something like this. So let's start by extending all of these pieces here and then sanding it into the shape that we need. Here are the pieces we're going to extend even more, but first of all I will sand down the outer surfaces of these little cubies with 60 grit sandpaper, just so that the filling material, our milliput, sticks better to the surface. Here is our mixed milliput now, ready to work with. So let's extend these pieces here. It's about 4 hours later now, so the milliput had time to harden completely, and I finally decided on how to sand the pieces down. So I will just take one of these edge pieces, let's say, and one of these corners, and the pieces will later go together like this. So I will just sand down the mechanism part in there, well, on all sides, and then the mechanism part on these parts here, and then I can hold them together like this and see where I have to sand. And also, because some of the spots that I have to sand are hard to reach, I will use this wooden plate here and just sand along these edges with sandpaper on it. Alright, so I'm done with one side on each of these parts here, but you can get a really good look at how these pieces will fit together now. Now all of the pieces should be filled and extended as much as we need them. For instance, here we can see an edge and corner piece together. Should be fine. So now I will assemble the whole puzzle again and then sand down the top parts here. And also, actually, before I start assembling, I will remove, like, there's a small ring of plastic inside of these center pieces. I don't know if you can tell with this light. but there's like a small plastic ring, and I just want to remove it from the inside here. So here you can see one of the pieces that has this ring still in it, and here you can see it removed. Here we have the assembled puzzle now. Looks pretty sweet, and also looks like I extended the pieces enough. And let's try to make some turns, because the mechanism inside should be sanded and we should be able to turn these inner layers. So I turned all the tips half a turn, and now I'll show you the movement here. This is like one inner layer. So in the next step I will take the 60 grit sandpaper again and just sand down the flat surfaces. Alright, so I sanded down all 6 sides now. Looks pretty cubic to me, but there are still some imperfections on the pieces. So there's a hole in this top piece here, and yeah, just some minor imperfections. Also, I noticed that I could run into some problems if I'm not careful, because all of these center pieces here, like the ones with the screw in it, once I filled these pieces up, I can't unscrew them anymore. I can't disassemble the puzzle. So I need to round off all of the corners and edges in advance, and I have to spray paint some of the stuff in advance. While I was sanding these parts here down and preparing them for filling or for extending again, I thought to myself I would like to be able to disassemble and assemble the puzzle even with the center caps in place, or the centers in place. So I made some small rings or tubes out of cardboard that I will be sticking in the middle like that, where I can then fill the material on the outside. So I have a bit more time to be able to disassemble and assemble the cube back again. Alright, so here's the assembled puzzle with all the pieces extended and filled, except for these center pieces. I will use small pieces of 240 grit sandpaper to round off all of these corners and edges on the pieces.
I will use small pieces of 240 grit sandpaper to round off all of these corners and edges on the pieces. And also I will go over all of the sanded surfaces just to make them a bit smoother.
So all of the pieces have been rounded off. Here is a corner piece, for instance, or maybe one of the center pieces. Oops! And right now I already dusted them off with a towel, so everything should be ready for spray painting. I'll use black acrylic spray paint for this. I think we're ready for a second coat now, and also between all of the coats I make sure to scratch up the material that built up on the nozzle, so I can be sure that I don't get any drops on the pieces.
All of the coats, I make sure to scratch up the material that built up on the nozzle, so I can be sure that I don't get any drops on the pieces.
I assembled the puzzle and put some silicone spray in it to improve the movement, and it turns pretty good now. Now the puzzle is completely assembled. I sanded down all of the centerpiece extensions already.
Now the puzzle is completely assembled. I sanded.
So the cube is now completely finished. I will just need to sticker it, and for that I have prepared some sticker sheets and also my X-Acto knife, where I will be putting a new number 11 blade in. And then I'll just start cutting the stickers. And as in my sticker tutorial that you can also watch, I'm going to just measure all of the sides, measure all of the angles, and then cut the stickers accordingly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here we have it now. The cubic Master Pyraminx. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.